If the scale is correct in any way, I will end up in the right libertarian category. I mean, that's obviously where I am.
If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations.
Did Bernie Sanders write this question? What a stupid-ass question, seriously.
The question was written by a council to judge whether your soul contains compassion. Say something is good for big business but bad for people.
So the very phraseology of the question is idiotic, but I'm just going to assume that the premise is wrong and put strongly disagree.
From each according to their ability, to each according to their need, is a fundamentally good idea.
Strongly disagree, because need should not dictate their moral worth.
If a homeless person needs food and a place to stay, they should fend for themselves.
Strongly agree.
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society.
Again, the premise of that question is so ridiculous.
Well, you know how some people are born rich.
I'm going to go with disagree on that one. Maybe strongly disagree.
Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care.
Well, again, the phraseology of the question is so ass backwards. Like, you can tell who wrote these questions. I mean, these questions are obviously written by people who are very much of the political left.
These questions simply determine whether you are fit for life in organized society. All people have their rights, but it is better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind.
Again, the way this is phrased is so ridiculous. Well, what does that mean? Different sorts of people should keep to their own kind? Like, I think that people should marry people who have similar values, but I don't know if by kind they mean ethnicity or race.
Yes, it's asking if you're a racist.
It completely depends on what they mean by the question. There's inherent vagary to these questions, and I understand that these questions are designed to elicit responses that are quote-unquote racist, so they can label you conservative for being racist. I understand that's what they're doing here, but the questions are deliberately written in vague fashion to elicit those responses.
Okay, here's one. Israelis like to build. Arabs like to bomb crap and live in open sewage. This is not a difficult issue. Hashtag settlements rock.
Why is that bad? I'm confused. Like, seriously.
Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be
criminal offense. Agree?
There are no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures.
Well, again, the way this is phrased is ridiculous. By saying peoples, what they are now implying is that if you say that there is an uncivilized culture, that you are labeling a people, meaning an ethnicity or a race. So the very phraseology of the question is asinine.
Please stop saying phraseology. This one's a layup. It's nice to care about your friends.
Strongly disagree, and World War I proved that that's a bunch of nonsense.
These days, openness about sex has gone too far.
Strongly agree, and if you disagree, it's because I'm not sure you're a sentient human.
I am not, but I still will not let you make me feel bad for enjoying my body. Your final question. It should be illegal for parents to sell their children on an open market.
On a legal level, do I think that the government has the capacity to regulate it? If you're talking federally, no. Locally, yes. In the United States, I'm going to go slightly disagree, but I'm kind of torn on this one. I'm like between agree and disagree, honestly. Only in the sense that a natural monopoly is nearly impossible. It is very difficult to establish a natural monopoly, but again, what? The reason the scale itself is really stupid, they put Hitler and Thatcher in the same category.
This one is majorly defective. I doubt it's worth refurbishing.
I'll take him. We've partnered with business leaders who need spokespeople with no empathy. I spoke to a couple fracking billionaires who I think will be very interested.
The scale is fairly accurate, although I would say that I'm kind of shocked that they don't place me as more libertarian. Like, based on what would be the question.